in oblivion is that? Run away. Oh no, it's chasing us. Oh geez, what am I supposed to do? Someone save me. Azura, please protect me. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to die. And yet, here I am, stuck in this cave, faced with these enemies I don't know how to beat. Use the dagger. Use the dagger? I have a dagger? What dagger? Let me see. This ebony dagger? Where did this come from? It does seem powerful. And when I equip it, it seems to make me feel stronger. Maybe I can use this to defeat the imp. How do I use this thing? It feels almost natural, like it's a part of my arm. All right, I'll give it a shot. I have nothing to lose but my life. I don't want to become like this rat. What should I do? Try to sneak up on it? Or should I just charge it? Ah, it's right there. I think I'll just charge it and swing and hope for the best. Here goes nothing. Die! It died, and where did its body go? Its body disappeared. It's almost as if it was absorbed by the dagger. What is going on? I can't keep using this thing. It feels unnatural. I'm gonna have to switch to a different weapon and hope that that's good enough to get me out of here. Welcome back, everybody. This is the thejonnymar, and I am continuing with Daggerfall, the roleplay experience of Marasar. And we are trying to find a place to heal, and apparently there are still enemies nearby, so we're going to have to try to clean this place out. Although we've killed most of the things so far. Maybe if we head into this room, we'll be able to find something of use and perhaps be able to sleep. Sometimes enemies are behind walls, and so you just have to get to a new area. But it looks like we were able to find some money, another book, which is very worthwhile. And then we found the unicorn horn, so that's awesome as well. So let's pick up this loot and then see if we can rest, because we are in pretty rough shape here. It is a dick move by the creators of this game to put such a powerful enemy so early in the first dungeon. That was an imp, and imps cannot be damaged by any weapons that are iron or worse quality. So if you do not have the ebony dagger, or in my case I actually had a silver dagger as well, that would have worked on the imp too. But you will not be able to damage the imp or these rats apparently. No, I'm just missing because I'm using a long blade weapon. Because I'm trying to save my daggers so that their durability doesn't run out during this dungeon. The rat just died, like the imp. But at least the body's still there. And hey, we can finally heal. And we get a level up. That's pretty awesome. So we get 5 points. This is a bit randomized. You'll get a certain number of points based on random dice rolls. So we'll get our speed up to 90, and then we'll put the rest into agility, because those stats are, for me, right now, the most important. But basically, the developers put that enemy in there, and if you do not have a weapon that is of good enough quality, so stronger than iron, you will not be able to damage the imp except with magic, and also with your fists. So I save there, and now we're going to rest a little bit more, because when you level up, it actually interrupts your sleep and prevents you from getting the full effects of the sleep. So we're gonna head around the corner here, and there's another bat. Let's see if we can actually hit this one with my, yes, with my long blade. Most of these enemies do not have equipment on them. Now the imp does have usually some treasure, but since it disappeared being absorbed by the ebony dagger, hello there, thief, and you certainly fell in a unladylike position. But that is just the way things go in this game. And now we have some armor that we can actually equip. Now this stuff sucks, but it's better than nothing. So it'll give us a little bit of armor quality to us, which will hopefully prevent some damage in the future, even though this helmet looks terrible. And the thief didn't look like it was actually wearing it. Maybe it was just holding it. So again, that imp has destroyed many people as we enter this ominous room with just heads posted on spikes. We get a little bit more money, which is good. And I think I've read somewhere that these are supposed to be heads similar to the developers of the game, or maybe beta testers, I'm not sure. Remember, you cannot crawl upstairs, so if you're crouching, make sure to stand up if you are doing that, because otherwise you'll activate climbing mode and it gets a little dicey. So Daggerfall is interesting in that respect because a lot of the Elder Scroll games actually start with you in a dungeon, and many of them start with you as a prisoner as well. And Daggerfall has you start in a dungeon, but not as a prisoner. Hello there. You are quite buff. And what are you? Oh no, we have our arch enemy, the table. Trying to keep the peace here, but it will not work. I'm gonna get on top, and I'm just gonna hit you, and you're gonna miss me with your wild swings. Or are you? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna put the table back between us, because sometimes, hey, come back here. That can prevent enemies from actually attacking us. And you were an archer, apparently. I guess you didn't have a bow. Enemies are nearby. Joy. Healing in this game is dicey. Unless you are a magic user, you're going to have to rely on sleeping when there are enemies, or resting, I guess, nearby. Or potions, and potions are actually pretty hard to find. But we did get a pretty nice weapon from him. That sword he was using, I assume, was pretty powerful. No wonder it did a lot of damage to us. And we also found some more equipment. Now most of this is not necessarily going to be helpful, but it is what it is. We'll pick it up for loot purposes. And then we'll try to find wherever these enemies are so that we can actually rest again. Sounds like they might be in this room. And yes, it's more rats that we can hit. Well, we got one more, at least, to kill. Alright, there we go. And they do not have treasure. But the imp did. Unfortunately, we lost the body when it disappeared. Sucked into the ebony dagger of dubious origins and mysterious circumstances. Usually it has a little bit of loot, typically a little bit of gold, sometimes an item or two. And this is a dead end, or is it? You can actually climb that particular wall there, and it takes you to the upper areas of this dungeon. So it's a little bit of a shortcut to bypass some of the areas and the rooms. But we're going to backtrack to an area where there are not enemies, so that we can actually rest, because we are only at half health. And I'm also going to save. So let's see if this is far enough. Yes. So let's heal, and then we will save. So Morrowind is the only game in the series that you do not start in a dungeon. And yet, this is the only game in the series where you do not start as a prisoner. So interesting. We have some big stairs there, leading up to we don't know where. And then, looks like there's a bat coming. And this bat is making interesting noises. Sounds a little bit like a bear. Huh. Or is that coming from behind that door? You don't think there'd actually be a bear in here, do you? Why in the world would there be a bear in here? What possible purpose could there be to a bear? What in the world? A grizzly bear. They have bears in here, protecting stuff. Or just stored in rooms, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was really protecting anything. Weird. Wonder if that's the only bear. Maybe the bear is leading the people in here. Is a especially intelligent bear that has been possessed by a Daedric lord or something. Now we could go up those stairs, except there is a skeleton up there, and skeletons are annoying because they do not take much damage from regular weapons. You have to use blunt weapons to do much damage to them, and Marisar is not a good blunt weapon user. So we're gonna look to see if there's another way we can go. Like a suspicious place in the wall here that totally doesn't look like a door. And a bat. Come on, bat. Go down. Thank you. Now, if you head up those stairs, there's more stairs you can take in addition to fighting the skeleton. It'll take you to some other rooms as well. And then there is a throne in the middle of the room. And if you sit on the throne and move a little lever, it'll take you up to the higher levels of this area. But you can actually access those areas via this little passageway here. So Marisar is going to use the back routes. He does not like the obvious routes. He does not like being out in the open, where it's likely he's going to be seen by a lot of enemies or people. Instead, he likes to stick to the shadows and go the less common way that is likely to be less guarded and protected. We have some more stairs. And another rat. Lots of rats and bats. And a bear, of course. Oh, is there anything back here? There is. So they had a rat protecting this gold. The bear protected nothing, yet they had a rat protect gold. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to continue onward here. We have quite a bit more climbing mode. Interesting. You can go downstairs when crouching. It's just difficult to go up them. We have quite a bit more to explore in this dungeon. This is a pretty large dungeon. They were still making pretty large opening tutorial dungeons at this point to let you kind of get a sense of exploring and how to do things like battle and jeez. Hi there. Ow. Another archer. Huh. Steel longsword. Not bad. And then some spider's venom. Interesting. It's giving me some flashbacks to playing Skyrim, where you would take out the spiders in the opening dungeon of that game. And hey, we got some really nice equipment here. So we got some chain stuff, which is definitely going to up our defense. And we have an interesting helmet here with some horns on it. Yeah, I like that one better. The look of it. Something about it speaks to me. Alright. So it looks like he came from this room. Was he guarding anything? Oh, hi. He wasn't. But there was another guy that sneak attacked us and hopefully will not kill us. Come on. Okay. Jeez. I thought I looked in that room. He was either coming from behind or, I don't know, maybe he was in that side room and I just didn't see him. There's another reason to rest occasionally is, ooh, an elven longsword. That is really nice. But your stats will go up when you rest. So all these stats that you're using and working on as you're doing your dungeon crawling or whatever it is that you're doing in this game, they will go up once you rest. So make sure to rest frequently. Looks like we have a new shield here. A round shield. Yeah, it's definitely round. And it is better than what we have. Looks like all the enemies fall on their backs. Interesting. I guess I hit them with such force that they fall backwards. I'm so powerful. I mean, to be fair, Marisar does have an 80 strength. So that is pretty powerful, considering 100 is the max in this game. More stairs. So we are going higher and higher in this place. This dungeon is called Privateer's Hold. And we have some very ominous sounds coming. So we're actually now above where the throne takes you if you use the switch. And there's the skeleton down there. He's upset because he can't get up here. Now, if you can't get the switch to work on the throne, which I always find it to be hard to activate when you're actually on the platform with the throne, you can actually just climb up the wall too. Hello, rat. And that's usually what I end up doing if I'm not going the back way. We're gonna go around the corner here, and we are actually almost done with this dungeon. The exit to the dungeon is just up here. So it is in this room here. Okay, we have a bat. Oh no, and we have another imp. Okay, well, we're using an elven sword here. Ow! So as long as we hit it, come on, hit it. It should go down. What? There's something else. Where is it? It's another rat. Again, just why are there imps in this area? They are too powerful. I don't know. And 4 gold. Nice. Well worth it. So this is the final room, actually, of this dungeon. Now, you might not know it, because the exit to the dungeon is weird. It looks like this weird circular area with a skull on it, and if you didn't know that was the exit, you might just go right past it and think it's part of the wall. So we could continue exploring, or we could leave. And I think Marisar partially wants to leave, but I think mostly he wants to continue exploring and see if there's anything else in here of value. His curiosity is getting the best of him. But really, it's just I want to show off a little bit more of the dungeon. Hello, rat. I feel like I've only shown probably about half of the dungeon. I'm going to be skipping quite a bit of it. I'm probably only going to show about 2/3 of it. But I do want to show a little bit more, including that room up there. But first, let's head to this side room. Some of the architecture here. Because I do want to show off fighting a skeleton enemy, which is in this room. Oh man. Now notice how many hits here it takes to kill it. Because again, it resists regular weapons. And it just makes those chilling sounds. Doesn't really have much of value, but we'll take it. Weapons are pretty easy to get rid of in towns. Armor? Not so much. You need a specialty seller typically to get rid of armor. That skeleton was not protecting anything. Maybe it was somebody in their crew that died and they just stuck them in there. Or maybe it was a member of this area before the humans showed up. And so maybe they didn't want to kill it and they wanted to have it as an enemy in case someone broke in. But who puts stuff like that up? Seriously. And how come it wasn't lit? Keep your things lit so we can see. Lighting in this game is tricky. And there's a human over there. Can I sneak up on it? Let's see. Oh, nope. They see me. And they're dead. Okay. Interesting. They have a flail. And a war axe. Not stuff I'm really interested in. Those are not my style of weapons. Ooh. I do want that, though. But I can't carry anymore. I've reached my encumbrance. So we're gonna have to get rid of some stuff. Let's try to get rid of our redundant stuff that probably is not worth that much. These low-level armor pieces that generally aren't going to be probably worth much, maybe a few gold apiece. And then we do want to equip this more powerful armor. It looks like we almost have a complete set of chain on. So that is really nice, especially for the opening dungeon. What kind of room is this? Looks like it was a torture room. Now, were these thieves doing this? Or was that something that was happening beforehand? What the? Okay, apparently there's a secret room. It sounds like there's a skeleton inside. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Thank you for showing me your back. I will take advantage of it. For sure. You have a few things. We'll grab those. And what was in this room? I guess where they keep the victims before they torture them. A nice flat skeleton in there. Gotta love the graphics in this game. Again, reminiscent of Skyrim. Some of the Falmer dungeons that have similar implements of torture in them. But obviously Daggerfall did it first. But that is pretty much it for this opening dungeon. That's all I really want to show. We're going to exit out and we're going to head out to the first town that we can encounter in the game. I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere, but it's usually the first town most people go to. And since it's one of the closest, it's going to be the first town that Marisar goes to. I'm going to save, and then we will head out into the wilderness. So we did it. Someone cleared the underbrush, and horses have been nearby. And welcome to the Overworld in Daggerfall. And its massive map. So there is fast travel, which is almost essential in this game, although you can walk from location to location. It's just, it takes a very, very long time to get anywhere. But we started in Privateer's Hold, and the closest town is Gothway Garden. And that is to the south of us, and a little bit to the west. So we're just going to walk there, so you can get a chance to see the Overworld without its collision detection. So none of the items in the Overworld have collision detection, except the dungeons, I think. So we can just walk through trees. It's not a problem. Oh no. Don't crash on me, game. Come on. Break out of it. Oh man, that would have sucked. It is a Bethesda game. They are known to have bugs and to crash, and Daggerfall is no different. Depending on what race you start with, you get a little bit of a benefit. Now in this game it is not resistance to fire, like it is in later games with Dark Elves. Rather, the Dark Elf class actually gets a bonus to damage and hitting in this game, which I believe the formula is level divided by 4 determines your bonus. Each race, again, has its inherent bonus that it gets from whatever race it is, and so that is the benefit we're getting from being a Dark Elf. A lot of people know about the High Elf racial benefit, which is that it is protected from paralysis in this game. Okay, we're entering Gothway Garden, and the game decided to freeze again. Joy. But we're almost there, to the town. Now, if you come to a town that has a wall around it at night, they will actually close the doors, and if you want to get into the town, you're going to have to climb over the wall. Because enemies can attack you at night. But we've finally reached civilization, such as it is. This tiny town of Gothway Garden. And we want to find an inn. Because after our adventuring in the Privateer's Hold, we want to make sure we sleep. And inns are generally going to be that kind of puke green color. Well, I'm happy to hear a cow sound as opposed to an enemy. The blue color is generally buildings that are going to be places of interest, like guilds. And then the orange color is going to be stores. Hello there, doggy. So let's see if we can find this inn. Looks like it's over here. It is a tavern, pub, and also an inn. So let's head on in to the inn. Put our weapon away so we're not threatening people. Not many people in here, but it certainly looks welcoming. And yes, we would like something to drink to calm our nerves after that very nerve-wracking dungeon we had to get through. I'm not especially hungry, but I am thirsty. So let's have an ale. Not too expensive. And it does not allow us to get something else. Now in Arena, you could actually keep drinking, and if you kept drinking, you would eventually die from an OD, which is interesting. But we're gonna rest in our room. That'll heal us up. And in my next episode, we're gonna try to unload all of this equipment that we looted from the dungeon. Oh, I'm surprised actually I didn't get another level up there. Oh well. Soon enough. And then we'll also figure out what we're gonna do next. We are a rogue or a thief, so maybe we'll try to pickpocket some people, or maybe we will try to break into some houses, who knows. This is the Daggerfall interaction menu for dialogue. Can you tell me where there's a place I could sell stuff? Yes. Maybe this place. Where's that? Southeast. Alright, we'll look for it next time. As always, viewers, thanks for the continued support. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. So long. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and leave a comment below. Please also subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell. See you next time.